Good morning, it's Martin at PendlePerformance. We've got an absolute stunning BMW 435D. There's been much debate about these over the last couple of months. This is the X-Drive model. A little bit about the engine first. It's a N57 6-cylinder diesel. It's a twin turbo. They use a high compressor and a low compressor. Sorry, my phone's going. They use a high compressor and a low compressor turbo. They've got a bypass valve that switches over around about 3,000 RPM onto the low compressor turbo. One thing that these vehicles need doing is dyno testing on the correct dyno. And what we mean by this is a linked dyno, whether that's a mechanical linked dyno or a synchronized linked dyno like we've got here at Pendle headquarters. The reason being is these X-Drive models, they've got torque vectoring, and what that means is they've not got 50-50 drive all the time. They've got torque vectoring, so they might put more drive to the back, they might put more drive to the front. Now, if you've got one of these vehicles on a non-linked dyno, the wheels can spin at different speeds, and what will happen then, you will put use strain on your transfer box, which has got a multiplate clutch in there. These use a ZF 8 HP gearbox. The gearbox themselves have got an internal torque limiter in the gearboxes, which will always hold the torque back. So this is coming to us standard. The customers drove up here. We're going to do some standard dyno graphs on it, some data logging on it, get the dyno graphs, then we're going to custom tune it, and we're going to custom tune the ZF 8 HP gearbox. So watch what happens. So it's Martin at PendlePerformance again. We've just finished tuning on this absolutely awesome 335D X Drive. As with all vehicles coming into Pendle headquarters, we do a full health check on them. This one came in, it made 280 brake horsepower and 580 newton meters torque. Yes, a little bit down on what's quoted, but we found this to have slightly high DPF soot load. So we did what's called a driving DPF regen state. We can hold the vehicles in a steady state mode on the dyno, get the engines hot, get the DPFs hot, clean all the DPFs out. So we carried this out, took us around about an hour to do that, and then I think we got around about 314 brake horse and 610 newton meters torque. Then we moved on to tuning wise. We've made a very impressive, I'll just have a look, 394 and just short of 720 newton meters torque, which is absolutely superb. We've tuned the gearbox, we've increased the shift speed, shift points, we've recalibrated the sports display. Absolutely awesome. So we're going to go through a road test in this. Now, a really nice chap has brought a vehicle up that we're going to put on the dyno now, and huge credit to him for bringing this vehicle up to us. It has been tuned on a non-link dyno, and he's kindly offered to bring it up here for us to dyno it, just to check the torque figures, whether the torque figures from a linked dyno, such as the Maha, are different to the torque figures what on a non-linked dyno. So watch this space, and again, he's outside, huge credit for him bringing the vehicle, and we're going to do the dyno test free of charge, so we'll show you the results after. Right, it's Martin at PendlePerformance again. A good customer, and huge thanks to him, has brought a absolutely stunning, it really is a stunning 435D for us to dyno test. Not for us to tune, for us to dyno test. Now, this has been tuned on a non-linked dyno, and it's been a debate that's been going on now for some months about torque figures. It's not about the tuning ability, you know. I have looked at the tuning on this, I've looked at the datalogs there, and it's tuned all right. It's running quite rich lamber, but the customer does drive it quite hard, so he's not going to have a problem with the DPF filter. Personally, myself, I would run it cleaner lamber, but beside the side. We've done the dyno run on it, and it was claimed to be over 800 newton meters of torque, which we all know that they won't do that on a stock ZF 8 HP gearbox with the internal torque limiter on there. So it's come up to us, and we've got the Maha MSR 500 linked dyno, meaning we've got correct torque vectoring between the wheels, and we've done a dyno test, and we've produced, or the vehicle produced, tuned, and it is well tuned. Like I said, it is running slightly rich lamber for my liking, but it's produced a good 390 brake horse, and it's produced 733 newton meters of torque. Again, good torque figures, but it is running quite rich lamber. It's running quite a lot of injection quantity. The boost pressure is only running 2.2 bar boost pressure, where these really should be running 2.4 bar boost pressure. But it, you know, it goes down the road. The customer has kindly let me drive this on the road as well. So again, huge credit to the customer. I've had a drive, it's a lovely drive. We have tuned another one as well today, and again, that drive's absolutely awesome. So we're not disputing the tuning ability. You know, people have different ideas of tuning. Mine, I would tune it for a correct lambda, so it wouldn't block the DPF filter up. But like I say, I think it was claimed 803 Newton meters torque, and we have a true 733 Newton meters torque. So non-linked dyno to a linked dyno. This is the difference. But the torque, the brake horse figures, I do believe they was very similar. I'll just ask him, but don't cut to him. What brake horse figures did you get? 393. So absolutely on the money. And I knew that was going to be the case. The dynos are running the correct brake horsepower, and I've always said that it's the torque that's the problem. Because they're a non-linked dyno, what's happening? You've got incorrect wheel speed, and that's going to end up. And you know, it's a word I've used, and it's not something the tuner's doing. It's a fudged torque figure. It's not that the tuning company is doing it on purpose. It's because the dyno's a non-linked dyno, and what it ends up doing, it ends up fudging the torque figure, so you get incorrect torque figures. But the brake horsepower on the money. I mean, we've produced 390, and the customers just told me they produced 393. So, you know, absolutely on the money for the brake horsepower, but this is the correct torque. So again, huge thanks to the customer that brought the vehicle up first to test. And that's it. Thanks for watching.